With major championships, you just can't get comfortable. You kind of live in like the uncomfortable stage because you never know what it's going to kind of throw at you, especially here at Evian. You get some weird bounces even if you've hit a good shot. So kind of being okay with being uncomfortable, I think, is really important in major championships as well, and just having a lot of patience. But yeah, as I said, the more rounds that you have under your belt out here, the more knowledge you have about the golf course of where to miss it and what kind of bounces you're expecting is really good. Yeah, summertime is usually our busiest time of year. You just have to rest, recover, because there's so many big events on the line. So making sure that you're rested and recovered is probably the most important. Sometimes, pushing through and practicing harder than you would normally around this time of year is not going to be an advantage, because then you're just mentally draining yourself and you're not going to be as fresh as maybe you want to be when you're competing. So just having a balance in it. And again, I'm entering my 10th year as a professional golfer, so which makes me feel very old. But you kind of learn this every year. You kind of adjust your schedule to where you are the freshest in these areas.
Connected to that, we're looking at a new generation of players from all over the world coming strong. Yeah. Do you feel a lot of that pressure?
I just kind of focus on myself, focus on my process, what I want to do for that week. But yeah, you walk onto the range every year at the start of the year and you're like, I don't recognize half of these girls. And I'm like, and I feel like a grandma out here. But yeah, that's the best thing about sports in general, is that you can never stay comfortable of where you are, because there's a new generation, there's new talent coming, and they're going to be better and have more knowledge.
Well, if you want to see Nelly Korda and the best in the women's game, you can watch the Amundi Evian Championship right here on Golf Channel. Live coverage at 6 a.m. for the first couple of rounds, and then over the weekend, it all gets going at 4 a.m. Eastern. Whew, Paige, we got some early starts with this European golf. It's going to be great to see.
I was thinking that.
I know. Set the alarm. Going to be really good to see Nelly competing at the Evian, obviously looking for the first win of the season. But it feels like this championship does produce big name winners.
It does. And really, I think the way that this championship has evolved, it started as a great event on the Ladies European Tour, then it became co-sanctioned with the LPGA Tour, and then it elevated to the position of major championship. And they've always treated their players with such respect. And I think they've had what I would call to be the most respected winners category, of certainly in the recent years since it's become a major championship. This just the last 5 winners, and you can see the world rank of those champions. The lowest or the worst world rank of anybody was just our champion last year, Ayaka Furue, at 21st in the world. But it's been consistent in producing really, really strong champions since it's become a major championship. And a lot of that has to do with the fact it is so demanding in ways that other championships have proven not to be. And this is maybe a bit of a surprise, but you compare the major championships, and the Evian relies so much more on their approach play. This is the percentage of total strokes gained and where it comes from. And you can see the way that the players separate themselves in the top 5 finishers is with the approach play. And you compare that to what the other 4 major championships look like, and you can see that this one stands alone as the most demanding on the approach play. And a lot of that, and it has to do with some of what Nelly Korda described. You might get funky bounces because this is on the side of a mountain. Everything drains into Lake Geneva. That's why you get these wonderful views. But these golf holes are built running parallel. Very few holes are directly downhill or directly uphill. Most of them have side hill lies, either left to right or right to left. So you need to have that stable, good ball striking to be able to succeed on this golf course. And that's what's been proven since this has become a major championship.